Good morning, friends. What could be a better and more relevant topic than knowing about annual statutory compliances for NGOs with due dates at the beginning of the new financial year? I am Ashish Agarwal from team NGOenabler, and today I will discuss about all the possible statutory compliances a charitable organization need to keep in mind, whether it's registered as a trust, a society, or a Section 8 company. Missing upon any compliance, if applicable, might land the organization in various litigations, and the organization might end up paying huge interest and penalty along with the tax. So watch this video till the last to know the compliance, its applicability, and the prescribed due date to comply the same. We have divided the topic of annual statutory compliances in two parts. So today we shall be discussing only on income tax compliances, and in our next video we shall discuss FCRA and compliances under other applicable acts. First and foremost, under the income tax compliance is filing of income tax return in form ITR 7. So all the charitable organizations are mandatorily required to file income tax return every year within 31st October of the assessment year relevant to the financial year for which the filing is to be done. Next is filing of Form 10B, that is the tax audit report for the charitable organizations. If you want to know when the audit is compulsory for charitable organizations, you can check out our video by clicking the I button on the screen. Though it's the responsibility of the organization's auditor to upload the same, but it is considered to be electronically filed only after it is accepted by the organization, duly verified with the digital signature of the key signatory person. Form 10B has to be filed within 30th September of the assessment year relevant to the financial year for which the filing is to be done. So, if you want to know how to file Form 10B, check out our video by clicking the I button on the screen. Then comes filing of Form 9A, that is the form for intimating the relevant income tax authority about the amount for which the option has been exercised as per clause 2 of explanation to section 11 subsection 1. The due date for filing Form 9A has been preponed. I repeat, the due date for filing Form 9A has been preponed by Finance Act 2023 by 2 months to 31st August of the assessment year relevant to the financial year for which the filing has to be done. If you want to know more about Form 9A and how to fill it, check out our video by clicking the I button on the screen. Next comes Form 10, that is the form for intimating the relevant income tax authority about the amount accumulated or set apart under section 11 subsection 2 for a period of 5 years for any specified purpose. The due date for filing Form 10 also has been preponed by Finance Act 2023 by 2 months to 31st August of the assessment year relevant to the financial year for which the filing has to be done. If you want to know more about Form 10 and how to fill it, check out our video by clicking the I button on the screen. Then comes Form 10BD, that is the statement of particulars of donations received during the financial year by the charitable organization. It's applicable only to the organizations registered under section 80G of the Income Tax Act and needs to be filed on or before 31st May of the assessment year relevant to the financial year for which the filing has to be done. If you want to know more about Form 10BD and what details are required to file the same, check out our video by clicking on the I button on the screen. Remember, the donations filed in this statement should match with the books of accounts and the income tax return filed by the organization for the financial year. Next is issuance of Form 10BE to the donors, which is the certificate of donation under Section 80G. So, once the organization files Form 10BD, the certificate is auto-generated and can be downloaded from the income tax portal separately for each donor. Now, as per the provisions of the Act, such certificate has to be issued to the donor on or before 31st May of the assessment year relevant to the financial year, which implies the organization need to file Form 10BD at least few days before the due date of 31st May so that the certificates can be generated and issued to the donors within the time limit prescribed. Next is Form 10A, the application form for getting provisionally registered under Section 12AB, 80G or Section 10, subsection 23C of the Income Tax Act. This is applicable only for those organizations who are either newly established or those who are already established but are willing to apply for the tax exemption for the first time, and this certificate is valid for a period of 3 years. It needs to be filed at least 1 month prior to the commencement of the previous year relevant to the assessment year from which the said registration is sought. If you want to know when and how to file Form 10A, check out our video by clicking the I button on the screen. Then comes Form 10AB, the application form for getting final registration under Section 12AB, 80G or 1023C of the Income Tax Act. This is applicable again for two types of organizations. First, those who are provisionally registered and want to get the final registration, and second, for those who have renewed their registration under the erstwhile sections 12A, 12AA, 80G or 1023C, which was valid for a period of 5 years and need to apply for renewal again as per the new provisions. While the due date for application for the former is 6 months before the expiry of the provisional certificate or within 6 months of the commencement of activities, whichever is earlier, the latter needs to apply 6 months before the expiry of their final registration already granted. Next is verification of specified financial transactions captured in annual information statement or the taxpayer's information summary, which we call AIS or TIS. There is no specific time limit as such for filing response to the same, but the organizations should ensure compliance by filing the response in order to avoid mismatches and litigations in future. Recently, you must have heard notices under the e-verification scheme have been issued in 68,000 cases where the mismatch was found with the information filed in the income tax return and the annual information statement. So, this is why verifying and confirming the transactions so captured have become one of the other important annual compliance in recent times. Now comes TDS compliances: deduction, deposit and filing. So, the organizations need to comply with the TDS regulations by deducting TDS from the payments on which it's applicable, depositing the same and filing the returns in Form 24Q or 26Q as the case may be. It's applicable for organizations having TAN registration and subject to audit. The due date for depositing TDS is 7th of the next month except for that deducted on 31st March, not the complete month but on 31st March, which has to be deposited on or before 30th April. The returns need to be filed within 1 month from the end of the quarter except for March, for which it needs to be filed on or before 31st May of the next financial year. Next is filing of Form 26QB, Challan cum statement for TDS deducted on purchase of immovable property. It's applicable only when a charitable organization purchases any immovable property the cost of which exceeds rupees 50 lakhs. Such Challan cum statement needs to be submitted within 30 days from the end of the month in which TDS was deducted. Then comes issuance of TDS certificates to the deductees in Form 16 or Form 16A. So once the organizations file TDS returns, the certificate is auto-generated and can be downloaded from the Traces portal separately for each deductee. Now, as per the provisions of the Act, such certificate has to be issued to the deductee within 15th of the month following the due date for the quarterly TDS return, that is, within 15 days of filing the TDS returns. If you want to know more about TDS compliances section-wise, you can refer to our playlist of videos on TDS tutorials available on our YouTube channel. So this is it for today. Hope you must have found the topic useful and relevant at the beginning of the financial year. For more such updates, keep tuned to our channel. Don't forget to subscribe it and keep your notifications on. You can also follow us on Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn and Facebook. For any clarifications, you can get back to us through mail or comment below. Thank you.